And hey, what's up guys, Coach Matt, Play Fast Football. I'm going to do a video today. I know you're probably looking at the title and you're probably thinking, has Coach Matt lost his mind? We're going to talk a little bit about our RPO's bad. Alright, and when I get through the video, you'll understand why I am talking about what I'm talking about. Remember to check out our sponsors. You got GameStrat, which in the description box below, you'll see a direct link to take you directly to the GameStrat website, sideline replay system we use. Alright, we love the system. Customer friendly, great customer service, great guys at GameStrat. Make sure you check them out. Difference USA, which is the ultimate striking machine. Get thousands of reps in the off season, in season on striking, elbows in, thumbs up. You can do it in your weight room where we have ours set up. You can bring them out on the field with universal attachments. You don't need a partner, you don't need a bag, you don't need a med ball. So you can get thousands of reps on your own with just you and the ultimate striking machine. JustPlayFB, which is the digital software I use to diagram plays. Anytime I am going to go to a clinic, do a webinar, or have to draw plays up, I am going to use JustPlayFB, so make sure you check them out for your digital software needs. DC1, which is an in-game app that allows you to make critical in-game adjustments based on live data. You're actually inputting the data into the app while the game is going on. You've already had things built in, tendencies, scouting reports built in. Now you're plugging the data in live and you can now make adjustments based on what you're actually seeing and the calls that you're making against the things that are actually being run. Not what you think might be run or what you think the tendencies are. You're actually now getting the exact tendencies of what's being run so you can make proper adjustments. All right, and then Dome Hats, which is a major sponsor of Play Fast Football. They'll be one of the main sponsors at our clinic in January. All right, Dome Hats has a great custom online hat builder where you can go on their site and generate your own hat and make it custom, change the color of all the different panels, change the color of the lid, change the undercolor of the lid, put your logo on there, put writing on the side, writing on the back. You can do whatever you want. It's a great company. They understand high school sports. They'd like to get into every state, every sport, every staff, so make sure you check out Dome Hats. All right, so anybody that's been following my channel for a long time knows that I'm a big fan of RPOs on offense. RPOs are basically double option football, so at the end of the day, it's just an old-fashioned theory of putting a player in conflict and then having a quarterback read something, so there's going to be a ride to the side. And just like old double or triple option football, you always had somebody that was left unblocked. You were going to ride the side of that person based on the stimulus or the response of that player. You would then do one or two different things or three different things based on what the play entailed, and that's really what RPOs are. RPOs are runs and passes combined together, where you're going to look for a conflict player that you're going to leave unblocked, and based on what that conflict player does, you're then either going to run the run play called, or you're going to throw the football. So what you've got to look at in general, doesn't really matter what scheme you use. I always laugh when I see guys on social media or guys on television debate about schemes and what scheme is better, and guys are always going back and say, well, I'm a wing T guy, and I'm a flex bone guy, and I'm an air raid guy, and I'm a West Coast guy, and whatever it may be, I'm a split back veer guy. And then you'll see arguments on social media with a team will win a game and somebody will show a play and go, that's why this system or this play or this scheme is better than everything else. If you're an offensive guy, at the end of the day, you should love all of it. You should love anything that entails offensive football. And the bottom line is you are trying to get first downs, hold on to the ball, score points, win games for your team. You're trying to not put your defense in bad situations. You're trying to not turn over the ball. Who cares what the scheme is that you're using? All right, who cares what the blocking scheme is? Who cares how many times you run it or throw it? Who cares what you do formationally? If you're an offensive guy, do everything at your disposal to get first downs, hold on to the ball, score points. So I get a kick out of it. I kind of laugh when I see those arguments or people try to talk to me and say, well, what do you think? I love it all. I have my own choice of what I like to do, what fits me, what fits my personnel. But at the end of the day, I borrow things from every scheme, and there's a little bit of everything wrinkled into the offense that I try and run. And I try and get the ball to my best players in the most creative ways I can think of, and try to limit, all right, where we are weak or our areas of weakness. I try to limit those things and tweak my offense around, getting the ball into the players' hands that have to have the ball to win games without playing into my own weaknesses or into the defensive strengths. So if you're an offensive guy, you should love every scheme. You should love every play. Any offensive play drawn up on the board, I love them all. They're all great plays, all right? What we're all looking for on offense is we're all looking for grass, all right? We're all looking for numbers. We're all looking for angles, all right? At the end of the day, that's what we're all looking for. So we're looking for space. We're looking for numbers. We're looking for angles. So any good offense is always going to look for those things. You can, talk about, well, the spread puts people in space. Yeah, you can talk about all those things you want about any scheme. Bottom line is every great coordinator out there is looking for the same things. Where do I have grass? Where do I have angles? Where do I have numbers? Okay, so here's what I'm getting to today with our RPO's Bad. Obviously, we carry RPOs. It's a big part of what we do on offense. So obviously, I don't think they're bad. Here's the reason I'm proposing the question, okay? At the end of the day, what you have to understand is no matter what you run on offense, no matter what your scheme is, at the end of the day, you have to block people. People have to get blocked. Running backs have to understand blocking schemes, all right? And no matter what you try and run, okay, whether you're going to run trap, belly G, power, counter, zone read, at some point, people have to get blocked. So what I've got drawn up is just a simple 2-back, 3-wide set, one that we use a lot. All right, and I've got it drawn up with the number 2 covered down, and then a press corner with some help over the top, all right, to the single side. So for us, all right, in any of our base stuff, if we were to run an isolation play, all right, here, for us, if they are going to cover down with the overhang, and that's the first thing we're always looking for, who are the extra hitters in the box? When they draw up, all right, that box on defense, the extra hitters for them are that strong safety and usually that weak safety, unless that corner is a guy coming down to play hard. But we know when we are running our RPOs, we know that we have 6 blockers. All right? We've got to be able to block 6 defensive players. We got to know who the 7th and the 8th are, and that's always where we're going to have to decide what to do with the football. Okay? But at the end of the day, here's what it comes down to. If a team gives you a look where the 7th defender is playing pass and not fitting in the run, and the 8th defender is helping in the pass game, not fitting in the run, and they give you 6 guys in the box, somehow you have to run the football. So when you call that magical RPO play, all right, that dirty word in football, because linemen are allowed to go 3 yards downfield and you're not sure whether that's a run block or a pass or how I fit it, all right? It's in the rules in high school. Every offense should be using it. Every defense should be tweaking ways to stop it because it's not going away until they change the rules. So that dirty word or that dirty term of RPO, the thing you still have to understand is you have to block a box. If there's 6 guys in the box, you have to be able to block that box. All right, whether it's an isolation play, all right, whether it's a split flow zone play or however, all right, a split flow zone play like that, okay, whether you run some type of tackle wrap, all right, or maybe you run tackle wrap and you use your fullback or your sniffer. So maybe you're a tackle wrap team, okay, and maybe you run that type of isolation play and your sniffer takes the end. Either way, it is 6 on 6 in the box. You have to be able to block the box. So no matter what RPO you draw up, no matter what running scheme you draw up, at the end of the day, what are you looking for as a coordinator? Okay? I want to find where I have great angles. I want to find where I have space. I want to find what my numbers are. Okay? That's what we're all looking for as coordinators. All right? We're looking for angles, we're looking for space, we're looking for numbers. At the end of the day, if you find the angles you like. So right now, I've got the tackle wrap play drawn up to the 3 and the 5. As an offensive coordinator, I would rather run the tackle wrap play to the 1 and the 5 so that I can get a double team somewhere and get one last base block. So as a coordinator, if I was looking for angles, all right, space, I'd be thinking about running it this way so I get a double team to the open B gap. All right, so when you're thinking about angles and you're thinking about space and you're thinking about numbers, those are the things we're all looking at. Okay, but at the end of the day, what do you do when you get angle, space, and numbers and you can't block 6-on-6 in the box. Well, it doesn't matter what offensive scheme you run. It doesn't matter what you do if you can't effectively block, even with angles. Even if you're a down kick team and they give you angles. If you can't effectively down block, or you can't get any movement if you double team, or you can't get kick out blocks, or you can't get a puller up to a Mike linebacker, no matter what your scheme is, all right, the only argument you can make is if you were under center with quicker hitting schemes, all right, you might have a chance to get to the line of scrimmage quicker, maybe not lose yardage. But at the end of the day, no matter what scheme you run, if you can't block people, you can't win football games and move the ball on offense. So there are no magic bullets. There are no face-melting schemes out there. All right? Every scheme is as good as the next one if it's executed the right way. At the end of the day, this is always going to come down to blocking people. Doesn't matter how good your skills are, doesn't matter how great your schemes are, if you don't block people at the end of the day, you don't win football games. All right, so that's why I wanted to do the video today talking about are RPOs bad? No, they're not bad. Everybody knows they're not bad. But can they be bad? Yes, if you can't block the 6 in the box and you have RPOs as a base part of your offense and the team takes away the throw option and you can't block 6 in the box, then those RPOs are going to become bad plays. It's not a bad scheme. Those RPOs are going to end up being bad plays. Now, here's the other argument. Is it a bad play or a bad result? If you have numbers and you have angles and you have grass and you run a play and it's not effective because you get your tail whipped somewhere, somebody wins a one-on-one on a defense, is that a bad play or a bad result? That's always going to be the argument that coaches want to talk about. Some guys will say, well, I called a good play. I just didn't win where I needed to win, didn't get a good result. Guys will look at it and say, hey, 6 in the box, I got 6 in the box. They're covered down. Their extra hitter is here. Their extra hitter is there. They can't get an extra hitter into the fit without us gaining 4 or 5 yards. I called a great play, got a bad result. Well, sometimes I like to look at the game that way, but at the end of the day, as an offensive coordinator or a head coach, my job is to find ways to score more points than the other team and win games. So if the result is bad, inevitably the play call is bad. Now, you can look at it either way you want to from either side of the fence. If you had grass, you had numbers, you had angles, you had everything you wanted, and you didn't execute, you can say that that was a good play call, you just didn't get a good result. All right, as a head coach, I'm always going to go back and say, well, the result was bad, therefore the play was bad. How am I going to get us into a better play where maybe I don't have to block one of those guys, or maybe I use different leverage or angles, or maybe whatever I do versus that 6 in the box, I've got to come up with another theory. That's always going to be your job as a coach, always going to be your job as a coordinator. Okay, so we all know RPOs aren't bad. Can they be bad? Yes, if you can't block 6 in the box when you have numbers, RPOs can become a bad thing because if the defense takes the throws away that you want, makes you run the football, at the end of the day, you got to execute, you got to block. Okay, so make sure you check out all of our sponsors. Make sure you click on the link to check out GameStrat. We are just outside of 3 months away from the first ever Play Fast football clinic in St. Augustine, Florida, right on the ocean at the beautiful Embassy Suites, which is about just over a year old now. So make sure you go to our website, www.playfastfbclinic.com, and you get your information to book a room at the Embassy Suites. Every night you're there, you get made to order breakfast, you get a 2-hour happy hour. We will provide a social Friday night and a lunch on Saturday. All right, so if you stay at the Embassy Suites, you're talking about breakfast every morning, 2-hour happy hour, plus our social, plus our lunch the next day. I don't think you can beat that at any clinic you're going to go to. We've got a lot of great speakers lined up from the southeast area right now, some from Florida, some from Georgia, all right, one from Alabama right now. Got a panel of head coaches to do a head coaches panel that we're excited about. A lot of our speakers are having some great success right now, making a good run. 2 or 3 of the coaches that I know of speaking are still undefeated. The other 2 or 3 guys I know are making a run towards their district titles and towards the playoffs. So we're excited about our lineup. We're excited about how we are going to do this particular clinic. And we're excited to get the first one under our belt to move forward, take ideas from people, and say, hey, how can we make it better? What can we do better? All right, I appreciate everything you guys do. Thanks for following the channel. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click that bell for notifications. Turn the notifications on. Make sure you click thumbs up, thumbs down, like it, don't like it. Interaction is always good. I respond to almost every comment that's on there, positively or negatively. All right, so again, thanks for all you do. Good luck at the end of the season in your playoff run or finishing up trying to build towards next year. get your off-season going right in January with the Play Fast Football Clinic in St. Augustine, January 24th, 25th, 26th. Remember, you won't play well till you play fast. I'll catch you guys next time.